said already about Ken Tamplin Academy and about Ken Tamplin. How did you meet and how did you went in that direction? He gave you lessons, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
About singing.
Yeah. Ken really, he really gave me my start in this business. He really did, and because everybody needs somebody to kind of give them their lucky break or whatever. And Ken was really kind of that person for me who kind of put me in contact with people and, got my voice where it needed to be. And, so, so I worked pretty extensively with Ken in the beginning. And then, once we stopped doing like actual lessons, the things that I would learn from Ken would be like in the studio, because when you're in the studio with him, you learn so much. So that was really my training ground. With Ken was like in the studio. I learned a lot from him.
And you recorded a lot of videos together and a lot of songs, right?
Yeah, I did a lot. I did a lot
of covers. Yeah.
A lot of cover songs over the years. Yeah. Oh my God. So many. And yeah, the guy is like, he's super, super knowledgeable. He's a really interesting person. You'll like him when you meet him. He's super cool.
I did interview with him like this, over the on the episode. I don't know, it was last year, and it was right at the moment where a lot of accusations against his singing.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? He also talked about it on the show.
Yeah. Well, let's see, what can I say? So I'll just be totally honest. I'm just going to be blunt. I'm just going to be blunt and honest. So I think that here's the thing about like that whole situation. What broke my heart about it was that people were saying that he can't sing and that he's just a phony. And I'm like, oh my God, like they have no idea. I mean, because I would be in the studio singing like Led Zeppelin. I'd be like, fuck, like I can't sing that. And he'd come in and he'd be like, no, just do it like this. And he would do it. And I'd be like, okay, if you can do it, like I can do it. I mean, the guy is extremely talented, like otherworldly singer. And so it broke my heart that people were accusing him of being a phony and not even really being able to sing. I was like, oh my God, they have no idea like how talented this guy is. And he's got this, he's had a career that's spanned decades. But the problem with Ken is that his ego got the best of him, his ego got the best of him, and it happens, sometimes to all of us. And I think that now I don't know what he said on your show or what his, response to all of that is at this point. I know at first, he was like just flat out denying it, which I don't think was the right approach. But I think his ego just got the best of him, and he just didn't want to disappoint anybody. And he's obviously been this big vocal coach for a long time, and he didn't want to leave any room for error. And so, so he overcompensated, and it bit him in the ass, So like, yeah. And, I think that's all I'll say about that. But the guy's an amazing singer, an amazing talent, and he knows you can't there's nothing you can ask Ken about music or singing that he won't know the answer to. Like he's just, yeah. So when I saw all the hate that he was getting online, I felt really bad for him. But he seems to be fine. I mean, he's recovered fine, and he bounced back better than ever, I guess.
It was interesting on the show when he was here. It was interesting that I didn't want to ask him about it. I was silent about it and ask him about something other than that in the academy. How is the academy going? How is the vocal academy going? And he started about the attacks. And he was the one that I was like, okay, you don't have to speak about it. No, I want to speak about it. He was like,
Yeah. And I know that was really rough for him, but he's pretty tough. I mean, Ken's been through a lot of shit, And so this is just another intense thing that he had to go through. Yeah. And he went through it, and he came out the other side, and he's fine. And so I hope to see him soon. I should reach out to him today and try and schedule something. But yeah, that was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God.
Say hi to him from me. He remembers
I
me.
will. I totally will. Yeah. he's super